Good morning. Today is January 22nd, 2026. It is currently 7:02 a.m. Central Time. I am that day trade guy, and today I am going to start screening out stocks to begin watching for the day. And so, just going to get ahead right into it and start with what I'm kind of looking for. I'm looking for certain things where these stocks have some sort of demand and supply. I want high demand and relatively low supply. Um, that means I'm wanting something that has a high percent day change. So that's what I'm filtering on. I'm on Robinhood. I'll just refresh the screen here real fast. I'm on Robinhood. I'm looking for things that have big changes throughout the day. 180, 107. This one's all over the place right now. 164, 98, just big changes. So love all that. And then I'm going to check to see that the relative volume is pretty high. I want anything about 5x or above, and then I want relatively low amount of shares. So here, 2.5 million, I like. Anything about 20, 30 million max, it kind of tends to be where I'm max out at because anything above that, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work as well for me. So anything a little lower tends to be a bit better right now. And I got this um, watch list called Daily Jump. I'm just going to throw everything there. Yesterday I used Daily Jump 2. Today I'm clearing, I deleted everything in Daily Jump 1. Funny enough, everything pretty much went down since in 2 days. So one interesting thought is like, oh, could maybe short stuff after a day or two from the watch list and might make some money that way. But one strategy at a time right now. So right now, yeah, anything that kind of meets those initial criteria of large percent day change, anything 20, 30% and above tends to be uh, great. 5x relative volume. That basically means this volume is higher than the normal average. And so this is 24 is the volume for today. Normal average 1.2, so significantly higher and low shares. Um, and then I add it to the watch list. The other thing I'm looking for is over here, IOTR. I'm going to see if there's anything in the news about it. So here I just go over to CNBC. You can use whatever. I'm using CNBC right now. Funny enough, I ended up adding tip ranks to my uh, bookmarks just because tip ranks ends up being the thing CNBC always takes me to. So it might end up being the better one. So IO3s, V, Securities, IACS, UR E27 type approval. I don't know what the heck any of that means. And that was on the 20th and then the 14th it did some stuff. So let's go here. So here's a chart I have, and here IOTR just got added. So let me click on that. Let me just see what's going on. Here, I'll change this to 5 minutes. And for the day, I'll just kind of zoom out a little bit. So right now I'm pre-market. Um, so here, there's a big change. Spike up. Okay, around 3 o'clock yesterday. No, 3 o'clock this morning. Oh, I gotta be correct with my time. Big spike here. So the buy signal is like, if I knew how to trade on these time frames, I probably would. But I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to go for the past week because I think that news article was saying the 20th. So let's see what's happened on the 20th. So that's 21st. Here's the 20th. Nothing. Nothing that looks good. Here's something kind of happened. Big spike up on the 15th. That was kind of weird looking here. It was a good gain around like 10 a.m. on the 15th. And let me go back. 14th, limited raises, 2 million in January 2026 private share placement. Okay, so that might have been what I'm seeing here uh, early on in the day on the 15th, based off of what happened yesterday. But that was 14th, 15th. Here, there is recent news. So anything that has recent news, I added to this. This is just kind of my multi-day or multi charts where a bunch of key ones that I like, I want to kind of throw it up on here. And here it just has a bunch from the previous day. And so I'm just going to swap it out. I just go left to right, top down. So nothing overly fancy. So that was the first one. And that's kind of going to be my general outline of what I'm doing. And so here I'm just going to go down quickly, see what I like. I'm going to actually sort this by relative volume. That tends to be a bit easier of a sorting. Percent, great, great relative volume of shares, like XTP, daily jump 1, Nido, everything about that one looks good. Add Nido, daily jump 1, Raya, 12%, not huge, but great relative volume, low shares. It's still early, so I'm not going to, like I like anything 20, 30% and above, but honestly, with how early it is right now, I'll throw this one on here just to get my initial eyes on it. It might pop off my list later on, but right now I'm not going to remove too much just in case. Arab, this one looks good. Like everything about that one. IOTR just added. Gem, this one has low percent change. Good volume, so I'm just going to skip that one. IOBT. Oh, these are two different ones. Okay, IOBT is a different one. I'm going to skip this one. This one has a lot of shares right now. Um, and I don't know. That's just not going to do what I really need, I don't think, for momentum trading here. Healthcare, 5.9. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't hate that one. Easy go. Low percent change, low relative volume. So now I'm just getting into things that have pretty low relative volume, which is fine. Here, let me just go see if there's any other big changes right now. I'm gonna resort this. Um, I don't know why easy go is still right there. Let me refresh the screen. Sometimes I've noticed Robinhood can be a bit slow, and I think it has its own priority sometimes with how it wants to tell me information, which I'm not the biggest fan of all the time. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Hmm. I'll check on this periodically. I'm not in love with any of these other ones. Right now it's still a bit early for some of these to calculate relative volume, which is fine. I'm not going to be butthurt about that. So now I'm going to go over to my list and just kind of, I got 6 right now. This number will grow as pre-market goes on. It's only 7:10 Central, so by the time it's 8:30 Central, that can definitely change, and it can be, um, I don't know, a list of 10 or however many. Maybe it stays at 6, and maybe I deleted some. I don't know. So here I'm just going to go see what news there is. So SXTP. Let's see if there's any news. And the reason I'm looking to see if there's news is I'm looking for some sort of catalyst. 60 degrees from this. Okay. Looking for some sort of catalyst that says, hey, uh, news happened here. People are going to jump on this. So 60-degree pharmaceuticals influence 1-for-4 reverse split 16 hours ago. Okay. Stock splits this week. Okay. So it announced this. I'm liking this one. So let me just go over there. I don't need the screener right now. So this one, SXTP, I'm gonna really want to keep my eye on that one. These reverse stock splits. Oh, I gotta spell it right. SXTP. These ones that do reverse stock splits, these can be pretty lucrative. A lot of stuff can be happening. People might see this and just hop on this. So, I mean, pre-market right now, it's had some big change, uh, big gain right here. We'll pull back, big gain. I don't know, a lot of stuff's still happening. I don't trade pre-market just because don't know enough about it yet. So I'm gonna avoid really doing anything there with any limit buys or limit sells. So I'm still just gonna keep going down my list. So NITO. Let's see. NITO is N2 off. N2 off. Okay. Like a nitrogen thing. Here. announces MitoCare X Bio showing preliminary in vitro data on platform. Well, that doesn't tell me enough. I need a little bit more information on that one. Oh, you've reached your daily. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, that's good to know. Maybe that's why I need to get tip rings, get 50% off. I'm still early, so I don't necessarily need a lot of information to be getting overly in depth right now. My main thing, there was recent news, Nido, I'm going to add it to a list. That's good enough for me, and then I will just watch the trend. I mean, general highlight here announces MitoCare X Bio has shown preliminary in vitro data on platform. Preliminary in vitro data. Oh, okay. I don't really know what that means for the company, but people liked it. They bought a lot. This went from 168, spiked all the way up to 314 or so, so almost double. Um, and yeah, it's pulling back right now. So yeah, definitely want to keep my eye on that one. I'll just go back to the 1 day chart on this. Same with this. Let me reset those charts. It's back to the 1 day. Okay. Next thing on my list, HCTI. HCTI. Healthcare Triangle. So here, no recent news on HCTI. If I go back to this chart, let's just see what's happening. So this week, kind of all over the place, if I'm gonna be honest. I mean, yesterday we had some growth at the start of the day, came back. Um, I don't know. This one, it's very horizontal here throughout. Uh, there could be something here. I'll keep my eye on it, but I wouldn't have high hopes on this one, if I'm going to be honest. But who knows? I can always be wrong. So HCTI, I'm not going to add it to my other list. And it looks like it actually swapped places with a AREB. This one, they're both around 24.7, 0.8%. So AREB, let me see what that one is. American Rebel Holdings Incorporated. Okay, any news? It's always annoying because this always says there's no recent news, but then when I check news, it says contents from our affiliates, which end up just being tip ranks. So that'll be a thing for me. I just need to find better news. American Rebel announces reverse split again. Okay. AREB, definitely getting thrown onto my list. AREB. So you're getting a few of these reverse stock splits. And just looking at the stock, let me look at the past week. It looks like after hours yesterday, huge spike up. It went from 44 cents, spiked up to 83 cents. And here, 83 cents, 81 cents, basically right around here looks like this is kind of a resistance level. Looks like right around here, another resistance level of about 45. So that's kind of interesting. So I'd like to see any breakthroughs here, any breakthrough here. Right now, there's nothing. I noticed the 5 minute chart pre-market doesn't really tell me much. And the 1 minute or the 30 second tells me a bit more, but even then, it's so choppy to me. So I tend to I don't see anything great on this one. So let's go back to the 5 minute. Nothing pre-market looks amazing to me. I'll also have to keep my eye on this, but I think I already added it. Yeah, I added it here. Reset that chart, and then go back. Raya. That's my last one that I did of initial screening, and then let's see what Raya is. Pretty sure Raya is like a movie. Ariac Power Solution Group Incorporated. Okay. News. Power Solution calls February 2026 shareholder meeting to overhaul capital structure and governance. Shareholder means to overhaul capital structure and governance. Okay. So an overhaul capital structure and governance. Let's see. What do people think that means for stock price? Well, right now it's looking like people want to buy a lot. It was around 435 this morning, a big spike up. Zoom out a bit. Looks like there was something on the 15th, big spike. 15th, yeah, big growth, and then end of day there. Even though the last news was January 8th. That's the 8th. That's this day. Nothing crazy there. That's honestly, it looks terrible. Oh, well, not sure what happened this day. Uh, but yeah, there could be something here. I'll add Raya to the list as well. That happened yesterday. Could be something happening today. So there we go. I have at least five of my six multi or charts to on my multi list where I'm gonna kind of be watching these ones more in depth or more regularly, but it's still early. It's only 7:18 right now, and so about 15 minutes I basically screened those initial stocks. I'll check on this periodically before I start work, and then hey, if there's something else that I'm thinking, hey, it looks good, like what is this, Greenwich Life Sciences, this one might not honestly get to the relative volume that I like. So I might add that or might look into this. That's how a lot of these are. I'll just anything where it's like big percent change, uh, it's starting to get some relative volume right now, but may not be at my 5x. I might look into it. I won't stress out about it, but I might look into it just to see, hey, is there something? So even with this GLSI, for example, there could be something with this, and it might just be reacting a bit slower than other stocks. And maybe there's even news 2 hours ago. Okay. Breast cancer therapy approved. Boom. Recent news. I like it. I'm going to add that one to my list. So my general rule of thumb of the 5 times relative volume is a good rule of thumb. It helps kind of screen things out from the mess, especially when there's things like this one, Core Cept Therapeutics, where it's 0.09x. That's nothing to me. I don't care. And it's up 29%. Definitely no. Barlow LTD. I honestly don't know what's going on with this stock. I'm gonna look. BRRAY because BRRAY has some stuff that's been going on with it. So let me just look at it, see what's going on. Because this past week has been a weird one. Yeah. Oh, this is the past week. That's nothing to go off of. Yeah, what a weird looking chart. Yeah, this is nothing to trade. I can't trust any of that. So that's why, like, easy things where it's like relative volume, and there's just zero volume. I don't know why it's up 160%. So, yeah, I'll check on this periodically. I got my initial list of seven right now, and this might change. I might add some more throughout the day, and we'll check back again and see how it goes.